So here I've got a little bit of a story for you guys. This is another buy list submission similar to the last one. But this one, these two boxes I haven't opened yet. It's supposed to be something like 14,000 basic energy cards. Again, going in on the energy cards. I had two people contact me within a couple of days about energies. These showed up late. And you can see here we've got this box has a whole bag. I don't know if you can see that well. Taped to the outside of it. Their bag labeled United States Postal Service, We Care. And it's just a bunch of cards outside of the box. And the box looks like it's been retaped. Like this is a giant hole. And then this box, which is also supposed to be full, appears to be half full. And it also has giant holes in it. You can see the cards through there. This whole side appears to have been ripped off and retaped on. It looks like the boxes were damaged and the contents of this box spilled out and they didn't know what to do with it. They stuck it in their bag and stuck it on this box. This box showed up a week before this box did. So this is just, not good handling by the Postal Service. But also, I suspect when we get inside here, we're going to see that there are things that could have been done differently to mitigate some of the risks of shipping in these flat rate boxes. So I think we're going to open this one first. Don't tell AutoZone I still have this from when I stopped working with them in 2015. But anyway, let's cut into this and see what's going on inside here. Yeah, this whole flap just ripped off. And geez. So I suspect a big chunk of these are going to be damaged. Some of these are really neat. I haven't seen these kind before. Generations. Okay, Generations isn't super old, but it's XY era, and I haven't seen those before. I hope there's a bunch of these in there that aren't very damaged. This one, can we see that on the camera? Not really any surface wear, maybe a couple of tiny nicks of whitening on the corners. Not bad condition, that one. But anyway, these are all scattered in here. I can't believe they were handled very well by the Postal Service. A big scratch on that one. This one's been folded in half 3 times. I mean, that's gradable. Yeah, so much of these are junked up. I mean, I'll go through them. I've been in contact with the seller about it. He said, just go ahead and salvage what you can and pay me for those, and the rest we'll just chalk it up. It is what it is. But there's definitely ways that you can mitigate some of this kind of stuff. Let's see what it looks like in the bag and then in the other box. These are bound to be all corner worn, bent, chipped, edged. These are taco shaped. I mean, they went through the Postal Service on the outside of the box, and they're not near mint sellable. They're not in terrible condition considering, but geez. We care, right? Let's see what's going on in this other box. This whole flap has been taped back on. Alright, so this one does not appear to have busted open. This is how the seller packed it. A single sheet of bubble wrap on top, and then it was packed fuller than the box could handle. It's not a good sign. And there's cards like this on top, but they're sideways in the box. Let's see if we can get down to them. Random Charmeleon. So I don't know if when the box ripped, some of them came out of this box, and those were what were put in the bag, and the other box is just missing half of its contents, or if the stuff that's in the bag was in the first box. But getting down into it, I wonder what it looked like before the customer packed these up. So yeah, they had 4 stacks and 4 stacks and 4 stacks and 4 stacks, and there was this empty spot right here in the middle. I don't know how easy that is to see on the camera here, but and then it was all stacked higher than the top of the box in order to get as much in as possible, I suppose. And then everything moved around as it got squished around and tossed around by the Postal Service. So you have to assume that your package isn't going to be handled as gingerly as you would handle it. And stuff's going to get knocked around unless you've got it in there secured as possible. Let's compare that box with this box from friend of the channel, Max, who says he wrapped his stuff up pretty well and secure. The box is covered in duct tape, which is a little bit stronger than the shipping tape. And it doesn't feel like anything's moved around. My whole mid-century desk has just shifted more than the stuff inside this box did when I shook the box. So let's see what it's looking like in here. Okay, so we got a sheet of bubble wrap, and then a wrap of bubble wrap around this side, and then it's all cards. These should be all flesh and blood cards, and they appear to be. Now they've got, that one's damaged, and there's a few here across. I have some wear across the top. I don't know how easy that is to pick up on the camera until we zoom in, but you can see here just little whitening spots, not terrible. For the Pokemon energies, I'd wager 50% of them are likely to have to be damaged out, where these it's more like at most 10%, probably less given just what I'm looking at, mostly stuff around the corners of the boxes. These are looking pretty good. Anyway, that's mostly what I wanted to talk about in this video. That being said, there's more even than this seller has done that could be done. As we've seen in other recent purchases, our collection from the previous video, we had a bunch of flesh and blood cards as well, and all of those were wrapped in either these team bags made into bricks before being put in the box, or wrapped like this in these old school style sandwich bags. Let me see it. And then taped closed. And these you can still get at like Walmart or wherever. Cards looking beautiful. And it's just the old school sandwich bags with the flaps that fold in and then you fold over. So it would be better, though it takes less cards in the box, if you wrapped them all in bricks like this and put them down in the box and did it that way. You still get about 6,000 cards in a box, and that way more of your cards show up without damage on them, and you get to get more of your money. So there's no reason, if you can avoid it, to just damage your cards unless the time that it would take to wrap them all up in these bricks like this is not worth the extra money to you. That's the trade-off, I suppose. Well, let me know what you think, if you think it's worth it to try and get all the money you can and spend an extra 30 minutes to wrap them all up and make everything secure, or if you'd rather just dump them all in the box like the first one and hope everything shows up.